we look at statistics of abortion and race, like you said, abortion and Planned Parenthood was obviously set up in the least deprived areas, the most deprived areas of America, to target African American children because they did not want them. And nowadays, if you look at the statistics, there's more black babies killed in America than there are born. So if we're saying that abortion is a good thing, and I say this to anyone that supports Planned Parenthood, you're supporting racism. It was set up for a racist cause, and it still to this day may not be targeting just black children now, and it may have a wide spread. But to me, frankly, I couldn't care if you were pink. I don't care what color you are. That has nothing to do with your life. You, like Rose said, you're a human being. The race we have right now is human. I don't look at anyone here with any different admiration because of your color of skin, and I think that goes for everyone here and in the comments. I wouldn't do that because I guess you could say I'm sane in some senses. So I guess with the abortion aspect of color and of race, it's very controversial considering the fact, if we look at black African American statistics, abortions with blacks are like here and white is like here. And I know that's awful, and I'm not saying that they should both be similar because obviously we're fighting for abortion to not happen. But if we're supporting a cause that's aim, I don't care if it was 20 years ago or 40 years ago or 1,000 years ago. I believe in someone that lived 2,000 years ago. So it's like, it doesn't matter about the race aspect of it. If we're fighting for a cause which yous are pro-choice to have abortion, yous need to know it's targeting a race. It is targeting, so the aim is to bring it down. So white privilege goes up. And I don't want that. I hate getting called this person in my comments, oh, you have white privilege, blah, 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 you know? So
well, every white person has white privilege. So that's what I'm going to say about that. As far as statistics, there's statistics for every truth out there. There's statistics to everything. So your statistics that you see, there's more black abortions. The ones that I see, it says there's more white abortions. And so
I'm getting mine from the Planned Parenthood website. So I'm going,
of course they would have that.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course they're gonna have that on there. Okay.
I'm going with what this place was set up for. I'm going off their statistics because they're if women can trust them to get abortions with them, then we should be able to trust their facts. You know what I mean?
Well, they are the ones that created it through racism. So
there you go.
Let's believe
at least we agree on that. Yeah, good.
All right. Thank you for sharing that, Matilda and Malia. Alana, go ahead.
Yeah, I think all of us truly believe we are all one human race, but there's also a government and a system that was built on racism and systemic oppression. So it is important, I think, to look at race, to look at ethnicity. Going back to what I was saying earlier about having services and the lack of them, the lack of services are in predominantly ethnic minority communities. And I think the overturning of abortion laws also play into race because like in the 19th century, there were people who were anti-abortion due to the fear of declining birth rates among white American-born Protestant women. And I think Rose said the statistic earlier that most women that get abortions are white. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's what I heard. It was like 70% or something like that. And then also jumping back to what Malia brought up about eugenics, there are forced sterilization of people in mental institutions, people who would go to hospitals for care for, they broke their leg or something. And then these were people of color and they were sterilized without consent, without, being told this was happening. So there is race in play with any laws related to body or bodily autonomy or abortion. So I really thank you for bringing up race and bringing that into the conversation.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up. Oh, Rose, you wanted to add on? Go ahead.
Yeah. So again, we're talking like Roe versus Wade is eliminated, but it's not. It's actually cutting down the term so that abortions are illegal if it's at a certain term. So the more growth the baby has, they want to be able to make it so that if the baby is, I believe, 24 weeks, that it's not going to, it cannot be aborted because it's grown to a certain stage. And as far as like racism goes, I don't feel like there's racism. I feel like there's classism, because when you look at where all the Planned Parenthood, whether they put all of their clinics, they're putting it in poor communities. Just so happens that a lot of poor communities are Black. It's not the other way around. So that's just what I feel. It's all classism. There's
Okay.
no.
All right. So, yeah, thank you for sharing that, Rose. I think I saw it of. I think it was like an article I read a long time ago. It was I think New York City. There's more Black kids that get aborted than
Yeah, that was
born.
it.
I think it was New York City. It was New York City. So New York
Yeah,
City
it
right
was.
now, yeah, more Black kids are being aborted than being born in New York City.
If you look at that, they're all poor, because the biggest reason for abortion is because of financial reasons.
Yeah.
And if you look at, and it's just perfect business. It's like, where do they put all the McDonald's? They're going to put them in more of the poor neighborhoods, right? That's where you're going to see your check cashing places. You look at the businesses in poor areas, very, very different from rich areas. So they're always going to go wherever they're most profitable. They're most profitable with poor communities, just like the prison system. It's most profitable within the poor communities, and the poor communities are the colored communities.